Okay, so this is an SOS video. 4010, I got it out of the barn. You can see it's got diesel fuel everywhere. And I'm not very happy right now because it's not running right. I have the series of putting the injection pump in and all that good stuff. And I drove it from that far end of the barn down there, up and around and over to this end of the barn, and it sat there all winter after I put the pump in it. And it run good after I put the pump in it, but I never had it under a load or anything. It just driving it around. Had good throttle response, idled up quick. Well, today I get it out of the barn, this thing it takes forever for it to idle up. It's like you pull the throttle to full throttle and it'll take 5 seconds before it gets up there. It's not quick at all. Excuse me, as quick as it used to be. And I came back here, I bled, it had a little bit of air in the top filter, I bled it, and it run good, idled up quick and everything. So I drove it back here, hooked it up to the disc, and went to take it up there, dropped the disc, and this thing it fell to about half throttle, and that's where it would stay. It would not gain any throttle until I pushed the clutch in and stopped the tractor. Then it would slowly idle back up, and you'd go to take off again and it would just fall on its face. So I messed around with it, tried bleeding the filters and everything. I even changed the fuel filters again, and it's still doing the same thing. Called my buddy who's an ex-John Deere mechanic, who's a mechanic at a construction company now. He can't figure it out. We changed the timing 40 different times and put it back to where it was running good, which is where it's at now. Did that, shut the tractor off, and then it wouldn't start. We cranked and cranked, let it sit for a little bit, and then it started right up after we let it sit. So we played with it some more, couldn't make any progress. So I said, well, it's 9:30. I need to go to bed because I got to go to work tomorrow. So I drove it from right up there by that lawnmower down to here. Shut it off to unhook the hydraulic lines, because if you got an old John Deere like this, you know you can't get the hydraulic lines out with the tractor running. Or at least on this one you can't. I think it's the same with all of them. Shut it off. Couldn't get the, well, shut it off. Couldn't get the pin out. I don't know why the pin won't come out. It's hung up on something. But I went to go fire it back up to turn the lights on. And you can see it's not running right now, because the damn thing won't start. It's got me a little irritated. To me, what my best educated guess is the governor in the injection pump ain't working right. If it'll fire up, I'll show you what it's doing. Now it just started doing this today. This tractor is a 2-crank starter every time. It turns over twice and it fires every time. It done it today up until maybe an hour ago. Me and my buddy were goofing around with it, and it did it once. And that was it. Drop you guys. So I don't even got any throw on my stupid little thing. Well, let's work on this together, shall we? I'm gonna get sprayed by diesel fuel because there's an ungodly amount of pressure in here. Take that guy off. I'm holding you crooked, I'm sorry. Oh, there's not as much pressure as there normally is in there. I took that sucker off earlier and it shot fuel 5 foot. I don't ever remember it doing that. But this thing, I'll tell you what. I love this tractor to death. My favorite tractor. And I didn't want to have to do the injection pump on it. But everybody else said, let's save some money. We'll let you take the injection pump out. So I took the injection pump out. And I still ain't got no throw on that. I got fuel shooting out. So I took the injection pump out. Sent it off and got it rebuilt. Put it back in. And had to fight it putting it back in. And blah. All that good stuff. Billy Goat's over there fighting the fence. I got good fuel pressure up to here. It pretty much, you take that line loose and it'll run and run and run. Got good fuel pressure up to here. Got good fuel pressure over to here. Oh, my battery's dying. You guys lost your light. I'm sorry. It tried. You know, I think there's a screen inside that pump. I wonder if it's got crap in it. But I have no idea how to get that screen out. If there is a screen in there. I got the throttle, you know, cracked wide open. Trying to get this thing to start. I've adjusted it, moved it. You can hear it's trying to hit. It did this earlier, and when it did it, all we did was shut it off. And it wouldn't start again. There it goes. Thank God. Alright, I'm going to show you what it's doing. Okay. I got it in 5th gear. See how long it's taking to build up throttle? Okay, you take off, and it falls on its face. Push the clutch in, it idles back up. Now earlier with the disc on it, going up that hill, let me see, what did it do? You would push the clutch in, it would idle back up. As soon as you let it out, it would fall on its face again. I think that's what it did. I can't remember. I'm so frustrated at it right now. But pulling that hill, it would lose power. And I had the throttle wide open. You can hear it slowly gaining throttle. Let's try climbing the hill. See, it's wide open. And it ain't gonna have enough power to climb that hill. There we go. But to me, it acts like the governor's not working right. Because it shouldn't lose that much power just driving around. I've pulled hills in road gear and not lost as much power as it just lost. I think that tractor should go from 0 throttle to full throttle a lot quicker than that. It's been a while since I've run it. It's been almost a year since it's run. So, but I don't ever remember it being that slow, and I know it didn't lose that much power. And I got diesel fuel all over. I can't tell where it's leaking, if it's leaking, what it's doing. It's got me so crazy. Now, when I took the pump out, you got your timing marks in here. You got your timing marks right in here. I lined everything up. Them marks met up with 10 before top dead center here. And I'm pretty sure that's what the book said. I bought a little book from TSC, IT manual, whatever TSC sells, Rural King sells, whatever. And I'm pretty sure it said 10 before. I can't find it. I took it inside to read it and I can't find it. But that's where everything lined up. When I put the pump back in, I lined the marks up on the pump and slid it back in. I never turned the tractor over. I disconnected the batteries, and I think I even pulled the battery out of it so nobody would turn it over. And I slid everything back in, put it together, and that's it. But I'm pulling for Brad and C.E. Smith to help me out on this. I know they're very mechanically knowledgeable. And anybody else that has any info. I know Soybean Farmer just had his injection pump replaced. We were actually doing our injection pump replacements at the same time, because I stumbled across his channel looking at injection pump videos. So now his is a little bit different than mine. I think his is the shorter one. Sits down further. But he's also got a different tractor. He's got a 4020. This is a 1961 4010. And it's got a no, come on now. You ain't gonna be able to see it. Stanadine pump on it. Stanadine. Stanadine. And I had International Fuel Systems rebuild it. I ain't knocking them. John Deere sends all their stuff there. Everybody in our area sends their stuff to International Fuel Systems. But I remember when they had it apart and rebuilt, they said something was bad with the governor. And this tractor always, the throttle always walked on it. You could have it at an idle and walk away from it, it'd idle down and it'd idle up. And it always done that. Ever since we bought it, we changed the fuel filters like 4 times. Trying to figure out if that was it. And it's always done that. And then last year, planting soybeans, it got real bad to where it would just shut off and didn't know if it was going to start. And then it got to the point where it would run for 3 minutes and then shut off and fire it up and then run for 3 minutes and shut off. But it's got a new pump, 2 new filters, new injection pump. Whoops. So that's the story on the 4010 and my frustrations with the 4010. This will probably be the first and last injection pump I do, because I have not had a good experience. Not at all. At the bottom of this shaft in here, there's a spring. It sits down in the oil pump drive gear that pushes up on the shaft. When you take these out, you got to make sure that spring doesn't fall out. Well, when I took this out, there was no spring there. So I had to drain all the oil out. I had to pull the oil filter out, reach in there, look for a stupid spring that I couldn't find. And I think this pump's been out before, and whoever had it out before lost the spring, and blah. That's all I got to say is blah. It's got me so frustrated. And then I believe it was this injector. I took it out. I had to take all the lines off to get the pump out. I go to put it back in, and it's going in crooked. It's like 2 threads in, it's going crooked. Just hand threading it in, it's going crooked. Oh, that's not good. So I believe somebody's had it apart before, and they started to cross thread that, because we actually got it. Dad came out here. I was so mad at it. I had Dad come out here, and he played with it for like half an hour, and it finally caught the threads where it would go in straight. And we got it in there. because my buddy wanted to crack the lines. I said, don't touch the lines, because it was doing what it did a little bit ago where it wouldn't start. He said, I want to crack the lines and bleed it out. I said, Chris, don't do that, because this tractor, even though it might have a little air in it, it'll work it out, because I just changed the filters on it and I didn't have any problems with it. So I don't know. Hopefully you guys can figure it out, because I'm too frustrated to even think about it. I need to go in and shower and go to bed, and while I'm showering, I'm going to be uploading this video, which is now 15 minutes, and I was only planning on making like a 5-minute video. Actually, I wasn't even planning on making any video, because I was hoping this thing would run. Maybe get video of working ground. I had the GoPro out here and everything. I can't even do that. I still got to feed. Gee whiz. Okay, that's enough for the video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you can figure it out for me, or help me figure it out. I know you guys are a good group of guys, know a lot of stuff, so between all of the knowledge out there, we ought to be able to figure something out. So thanks for watching, and please comment anything except changing the fuel filters. I don't want to hear to change the fuel filters, because I've done that. I've had 4 people tell me that today, to change the fuel filters after I already changed them. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please comment.